Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you guys were here already. I don't usually do this on my channel, but I'm going to talk a little bit about Infinity War. At the end of Infinity War, there's this huge battle in Wakanda. It's basically like all the Wakandan armies and a couple of the Avengers versus a billion aliens. Now, when King T'Challa's preparing for the battle, he realizes he needs some help, so he goes, okay, who can I call? Maybe like that mountain tribe? I guess they could help me. We're friends now. Yeah, you know who else you could have called? Every other country on Earth. What are you doing, mate? The whole story arc of Black Panther ended with you going to the UN and saying, look, we gotta work together. It's crazy. Let's team up. But then when aliens came to your country to try and destroy basically half the people in the world, you were like, no, we're gonna do this with spears. No, you're an idiot. Call America. Hello, send some tanks, please, to help. Also, speaking of tanks, why don't you have tanks? You probably do. Why didn't you use them in the battle? Or some jets. You've got those jets. You fly them around all the time. Use them. Just shoot the aliens. So it's not like you're above using that tactic, because you had War Machine and the Falcon flying around dropping bombs on the aliens, and that was very effective, except they dropped like 6 bombs and they're like, I'm out, I've got none left. Why don't you just get the jets up there? Bang, 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 bang. There's 7-foot tall aliens trying to eat you. They got 4 arms and you're like, nah, we're gonna do this with sticks and knives. You what the hell? Speaking of armies as well, where the hell was like the Doctor Strange army? That's not a correct term, but you know when Doctor Strange went to train in his solo movie, there were tons of people there training that were pretty good at doing a bunch of magic stuff, and their whole job is to protect the world from magical forces. Wong knew about it. He went back to the Sanctum and did he call them up? Hey guys, there's big magic problem. No, what? This is the main problem with the Marvel Universe. It's gotten too big for these, not really plot holes, but I guess logical inconsistencies. It's impossible for them not to come up. There's too many movies to be able to cover everything mentioned in them in every movie that comes after them. For example, characters in their own solo movies or even in previous team-up movies quite often use strategies that are super effective, but they can't use them again. The reason they can't use them again isn't because they wouldn't be effective, it's because it would become boring and repetitive to the viewer. For example, hey, Iron Man, remember in Iron Man 3 when you got like 50 robots to come and just fight automatically? Do that every time. I know it got crazy with the Ultron stuff that you did, but just don't have that. And when I'm watching a movie like Infinity War, on one hand, I don't want Tony Stark to use that same method again because it's boring and I've seen it done before. But on the other hand, it's kind of annoying to watch characters get beaten when you know they've got a strategy in their arsenal they could use that could allow them to maybe win or at least have a better chance of winning. Here comes the bit where, I don't know, can you hear me when I have that on? Here comes the bit where I'm going to talk about Thanos. Now, his heart was kind of in the right place. He was going around the universe killing half the inhabitants on every planet. Then he found out about a magic glove and he thought, hey, that would make it way easier to kill half the population. He never stopped to realize that with a glove that powerful, you can solve the hunger crisis in more imaginative ways. Someone on Twitter recently said to me, why couldn't he have just clicked his fingers and doubled the amount of resources? Why couldn't he have done that? He's gonna be sitting on his home planet about 3 years later, maybe washing the dishes, just like, oh, I could have just made more food. Maybe he could just click his fingers and make more planets, make more houses. I don't know, how powerful is the glove? They never really explain what it can do. Could you just make it so that humans need less sustenance to survive? Not even humans, like every race, so that the amount of food that currently is available is enough? I loved Infinity War and I love all comic book movies, really. But I'm not too proud to admit that they are very dumb. Talk about them all you want, love them all you want, analyze the scenes all you want, but be clear, they're stupid as hell. Hey, like I said, I don't do videos like this usually at all. Jump in the comments though, let's talk about Infinity War and why it was good and also it was also dumb. There's links in the description to my Patreon where you can help me get money to make stuff. This video didn't cost any money, I'll admit that, but my other videos usually do. Also, a lot of the props I make now I put on Etsy because I don't really have a use for them once they're made. For example, this gun I made for my Pirate Joker cosplay. Or this mask that's a crossover of Meowth and a Stormtrooper. The age-old question finally answered. My next video is going to be a Q&A type deal to celebrate reaching 30,000 subs. If you've got a question, leave it in the comments. Goodbye.